Welcome back to the bench. In this episode, we're going to have a little look at this beauty I've managed to pick up. Let's get to it. So there's a little bit of something different here this time round. This is in the Italeri Wessex UH.5 in 1/48 scale, kit number 2720. I've been after this kit for some time, and I'm pleased a friend of mine pulled it out of the stash, and we did a deal. So obviously the box here is a little bit battered in some respects, not massively, but a little bit, but it'll suffice for a quick kit review because we're going to build this up to go with my Sea King as a rescue, but more about that later on. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the box itself. So this is the box art. This is a Falklands War edition, obviously used in the Falklands. We have got some information on the side here, which to do with our PE and our decals, some information about the Wessex itself in different languages. And then on the other side, we have our 4 versions that are within this kit itself. So yeah, in this kit itself, we've got these 4 versions. We've got the Royal Navy 874 Squadron for the Falklands. We've got the Royal Navy 771 Squadron from Cold Rose in 1987. Royal Air Force 84th Squadron for Cyprus, and the Royal Navy Farnborough in 82. So a nice selection there of whatever you want to build. I'm going to straight into the instructions. Italeri, the bit of information, as I said, about the Wessex in different languages there on the front. Some warnings, etc. you would expect on these decals as normal. First into our section of sprues, identifying the different sprues we've got, which is really, really cool. We've also got some PE here and some plastic net, which you'll need for your build as well. So straight into the instructions, and we're straight, as you would expect, into the cockpit area, making our seats up, etc., and the interior of the cockpit. And then onto the rear section, where you would have your rescuers or your passengers. Onto the main body of the airframe itself, putting the 2 bits together. As you'll see, unusual with the Wessex, well, that period was pretty usual, but for now's design anyway, you would have the pilot sitting above the area for our passengers. So that little part you all put together as a module, and then you stick in between your framework for your main body. The underneath here all going together, and then you're into the nose section. You've got some alternatives there for decals for your configuration for your cockpit, and this is where your plastic netting comes in the nose section. All coming together very nicely. You've got your exhaust outlets there, and you're talking about your step work here as well. Then into our plastic glass work, which is all there, putting your decals on and your wheels, etc. And already you're pretty much bringing it all together now with the detail of the airframe. So once the airframe itself is all put together as it depicted in these parts, you're looking at the last section, which is your rotors, and putting your rotors together. Now the joy about this particular build, we'll just do the last bit here. This obviously gives you your common decals set out, and then your different versions as well, all labeled up nicely for you. Shame it's in black and white, but it's a kit of the time, so it's not a problem. Come back to our rotor section. In this particular model, the rotors are solid rotors. You can't fold them, which is a bit of a shame. However, I'm aware you can get extras that you can buy extras which will allow you to fold that, or if you're very clever, you can scratch build it. We'll see. Anyway, that is the instructions of the Wessex from Italeri. I'll quickly do this. This is the decals, as you can see. Quite nicely done. Not a lot of carrier film around all your bits and pieces. You've got your different squadrons, etc., all laid out there for you. Your cockpit detail, you've got your two different options there of how you want to do it, as well as obviously your Royal Navy, etc., on the side. So let's get into our frames. So as you can see, this is a Sprue A, and this has your main fuselage. All the rivet detail is recessed. Panel lines are there. But it's very, very shallow in form, which is just perfect, really. Your floor is nicely detailed, and all your cockpit details here all nicely formed. Remember, this is a 1/48th kit, but even so, that's quite a large frame aircraft once it's finished and put together. Here you have the interior of our passenger deck, if you like, and that's all raised bits and pieces there as well. So lots of things that can be picked out with washes, etc. That is Sprue A. So this is Sprue B. Unfortunately, a couple of bits have fallen off in the box, but that's okay. Luckily, all the parts are in bags, so no pieces have lost. So this is the underneath of the airframe. It goes into your shell once you put it all together, and obviously we're looking at our nose parts here. Two parts here that would have your exhaust coming out, etc. And the detail is really, really lovely done. Also on this frame you have your seating area if you're going to have seats within the rear section, and that's all nicely molded together and going to put together really, really well. And that is Sprue B. So Sprue C is our plastic, glasswork, etc. Nicely molded, no flash or any problems or imperfections on there, as you can see as I am trying to get the light to reflect off it. Nicely put together. Not a lot more I could say about that other than that was Sprue C. So this is Sprue D, and as you can see, this has our rotor sections on, wheels and other fine detail that we're going to use. There are two of these in the bag, and that was Sprue D. So there you go. That was the review of the Italeri Wessex UH.5 kit number 2720. I'm going to build this as I said earlier, as a RAF rescue. So that joyful yellow, the correct yellow, obviously, to go with my Sea King, because I just love the airframe, how it looks in yellow. Do have as well the extra bits you need to make the rotors fold, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video of that separately, or we're going to discuss that separately when I actually do the build itself, which, to be honest, I don't think it's going to be that long until I do it. I might do this as a little mojo builder while I'm doing the big diorama, as well as some other bits and pieces. But anyway, thanks very much for staying tuned and watching this review of this particular kit. Stay tuned, there's lots coming up on the channel, but for now, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Keep modeling.